Hi, this is Tarot Combos, where we're going to use Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. Whoops. And pull two cards and talk about the energies. Let's see here. What's with us today? Whoop. I haven't used these in a while. Let's see. We have the Three of Pentacles, challenged by the Eight of Pentacles. So many pentacles. So much grounded earth energy. So we have three challenged by the eight. I just have to say, immediately, this makes me think of where's it been challenging for you to be in working with others to achieve something that you kind of have this vision of excellence for, like you want something to be good, you're working toward it, you have the vision, and you try to get people working together or like buying into your vision. And where does that feel challenging? So let's talk about that. I'll talk about the energies and then a question emerges, but that one was the question. So the Three of Pentacles is the card of kind of like teamwork, if you want to sum it up in one word. The Eight of Pentacles, eight is mastery, skillfulness, diligent working toward a goal. You're doing the good work, hard work, smart work. And this is about teamwork. Sometimes I wonder also, this could be another way to look at this question, because how would your idea of the right way to do something get in the way of teamwork, of working together? It's like, you know how there's like the classic, especially coming from the office world for so many years, it's like everyone has their way of like, this is how it should be done. It's always been done this way. This is the right way to do it. And they're like almost setting themselves apart, in that mindset versus like collaborative idea gathering. What is the best way to do something? And like the humility of like, I may not have the best way. Here's my idea, but it may not be the best way for the whole, for the collective, like for the team, for the ultimate final outcome. So we're going to keep this short because this seems pretty clear. It seems pretty cut and dry. Like, where do you feel like, are you the one on this side saying, well, I have the skills, I have the mastery, I have the right way to do this thing? Do you feel like there's a tug of war, or like that's infusing a little tension into a teamwork situation at work? This feels very much work occupation focused. It doesn't have to be, but I'm reading it like that because a lot of us, if you work in an organization, you're working in teams. You're working with other people. That is what an organization is. Otherwise, you would be a solo practitioner on your own, doing your own thing. So where is that showing up for you, where your idea of how something should be done, where might you bring in that little bit of humility to say, is it the best way for the team? Who else can I gather ideas from? And then you might be like, you don't know my team. They don't have good ideas. They are dummies. Just kidding. I know you're not like that. But is there something that says, trust me, I've worked with them long enough. I know my way is the best way. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm just saying, it's something to look at. Where also might it be that, you've tried so hard to get something going and the team is just like, it's like herding cats. Where are you the one saying, yeah, I know I don't have the best idea. I'm trying to get the best out of my team and we're not getting anywhere. So what's that asking you to look at? Maybe like a little bit of what in me feels like I have to get something out of them. Well, it might be a deadline. Let's just say that. But is there some, like, usually there's this feeling of when you're trying so hard, you know what's really being asked for? To let go. Relinquish a little bit of that perceived control. And then just sort of sit back and watch the cats and say, what do these cats want to do? What's their way of doing? Or what's their MO if I'm not trying to inject my idea of awesomeness into it, like, this is what I want, you know, what do the cats want? So those are a few questions. Just see what resonates for you in your situation. I have to see for my life right now. Oh my God, I gotta stop talking about family. Because for my work, I feel like I'm a solo practitioner, so I don't have a lot of teamwork situation, although I am now wondering, so I'll just share this so I can stop talking about family for a minute because there's a lot of family stuff I can see in this as well. So for me, like, I just accepted a board position for a local organization, a not-for-profit, and so I'm trying to get my footing, like, which cat am I in this team? How does the normal team of cats operate? Because I want to, you know, when you're new to something, you're like getting your bearings, like, what am I stepping into? How does this organization function? How are they happy with how they function? How are they unhappy with how they function? Where can I fill a role? Where can I fill a need? What needs do they have? You know, you kind of come in and try to be like, where am I in this team? What is needed? Which kind of team member is needed? And how does that match up with my skill set? How does that match up with my mastery? Well, to me, I feel like there might be, like, there's a trying here kind of tension. I don't feel the tension yet. There's just a learning period of, like, eyes wide open going, question, you know, I have so many questions about how to fill in and fill a need that fits into the vision and the mission of this organization, because it's all about, you know, it's a not-for-profit and what we're doing in the community. So it's like that I'm just now at the very beginning stages. I've only been to one meeting and there will be many. So to me, that's another point of, like, that could be a question even for you if you want, that says, like, okay, I have certain skills, Liam Neeson, that, you know, they don't even know what I have to offer. So how can I inform them with the skills that, like, I don't have to tell them all my skills, especially if ones I'm like, I don't like those anyway. I'm going to leave those behind. You know, like, things I don't want to use all the time anyway. I just have from my old life. So it's like, what skills do I want to play with and offer? And how might that fit in? And do they need those skills? So it almost feels like, too, how might that be a challenge of, like, where's the fit into the whole, into the collective, into the team? And to me, that's a good question for any teamwork, right? Like, getting the best out of people might be about matching the skills they want to offer, not just the skills they have. Because if you're trying to pull them and just say, like, we need your skills here, and they're like, but I'm not really feeling that anymore. I want to develop these skills. You got to allow people to grow, right? So that could be another way to look at this, is like, here's the skills I've had, and I've got mastery over this thing. And that could be at odds with what the team, like, needs from you. Like, they may want that old skill set, and you might be like, but I want to do something new. I want to dance. Like that movie, Dazed and Confused. Yeah. Have you seen that? I want to dance. So that could be a great question too, in your experience. Like, are you stepping in to fill a role, and you're like, but I want to be part of this team. I want to offer something of myself. But I'm going to be learning along the way. And as long as you're willing to like, let me make mistakes in a safe environment, I will give you my best. I will eventually be the best of this. You know, so it's like, where are you scared to make mistakes? That might be a question, because how it will impact the team or how it will be perceived by the team that you're a part of. Where might you be scared to like make a misstep? Because this person sometimes is very heads down, like really trying hard to like churn something out over and over, like the quality. Like that's what we mean by mastery. It's like you've built this up. So that might be an even better question. Because I love to get at the like gritty questions that really like, uh-oh, that feels scary. Where might you be a little scared to make mistakes? And why does it feel scary? And that might go back to childhood stuff, so you may not want to open that band-aid up, but that's what we're doing here. So, yeah, it's a lot of good questions, I think. But, you know, that's me.